Kiara Collinge, and you're watching Young Alberni. This show focuses on local talent within Port Alberni. On May 25th, 2019, the Rainbow Room filled with many musicians from all over the island to take place in the 5th annual Battle of the Bands. Here's some highlights from that night. Battle of the Bands is May 23rd, 2020, so don't miss out. I'm having a sit-down conversation here at Shaw's Landing with Sean Lyons. Let's take a look.
Well, I mean, I've kind of always been on a stage my whole life. I was doing a lot of, musical theater as a kid, and a lot of drama stuff, and, just being a class clown my whole life. When I was 18, I got really into the Beatles and Beach Boys, and fell in love with their songwriting and harmonies and capabilities, uniqueness, variety. And I just kind of started doing it myself, writing songs, playing to a couple of friends. I spent a couple years on Omegle, just playing to random people before I could build up the courage to play in front of everyone. Well, when I was graduating high school, I wanted to do something with my life. I had no idea I was even into music at this point, and I wanted to do video stuff because I was making a lot of media videos in high school, media class, all those goofy videos, and I had a lot of people really like them and tell me that I should proceed with media stuff. So I went to school for it, BCIT, took the 2-year television program, and moving is definitely scary, but I'm glad I did it because I never would have discovered my lust for music. So it was definitely. Well, when I was living in Vancouver, I had a roommate named Trevor, and he kind of taught me every guitar chord I've ever really known. And or at least a few basic ones where I could build off and create other ones. So I owe him a lot. Trevor, if you're watching this, love you. It kind of snowballed from there. Just having an idea can turn into many others. So yeah, keep on keeping on. My first song is called Forever, and I wrote it when I was 18, and it is super corny. It's like, let's take a walk in the sand, or something. It's super cheesy. But you know, you gotta start somewhere. And that's where I started. It's a song that I hope nobody ever hears. But if they do, well, that's why, you know. Yeah, I usually play around on some guitar, you know, get a melody together and sing some stuff over it and throw some lyrics in there. It's easy as that. Easy as that. Yeah, usually there's a part during each of my shows where I kind of just go off on a bit of an improv kind of tangent and just start, you know, trying new things. And a lot of my songs actually come from just making stuff up on the spot during shows. And then, yeah, sometimes it's recorded, and I'll go back and think, oh, that sounded pretty cool. I'm gonna make that into a song sandwich, and you know, extra mayonnaise. So. You know, personally, I guess I find that when you're super down, it's easier to write a song. When you have serious problems in your life that need to be reflected on, yeah, it's kind of a good escape to get away from anything that's really bothering you. Just write about it once, and it's kind of, for me, anyways, it's just out of my head forever. It's yeah, it's now in the past. Thanks.
Up next, we have a local band that has been making some really loud noise in the music industry lately. With 5 Acre Shaker, an album release, and a Set the Whale contest, Stranger Than Fiction. Let's take a look.
Stranger Than Fiction has like become my family. Like, we've been together for almost 3 years. And we've recorded together, and we're writing all this music, and we played so many shows, and they all really mean a lot to me, and we've become such good friends over the years, and that's why it feels like a family.
Stranger Than Fiction has like helped me a lot with discovering what I like to do in music. Or like, it's opened a lot of doors for me and give me a lot of leeway to express myself creatively and, you know, explore my passion for music more.
Stranger Than Fiction is mostly just like an outlet for all of us to get all of our, because we don't really have another place to play music. In Port Alberni, there's not a lot of opportunities for young musicians, so it's very fortunate that we have this band to be a part of, and we have all these opportunities to release music and show our art.
Being an STF and just, you know, playing however many gigs that I've played with them over the past couple of years has really taught me a lot about music and just, you know, being in a band in general.
I got into music when I was about, I remember when I was 8, I was driving the car with my dad, and he was playing some Beethoven on our radio when we were just driving, and I was like, hey, I really want to learn that. So I started taking piano lessons around then, and I just stuck with it until now. Coming from a classical background and playing like piano, when it came to like doing rock music, it was a very different learning experience for me, because I was used to playing complex like singular note structures and just going like crazy on the piano up and down. And then I come here playing rock, and it's just a bunch of chords. But I think that's really cool, because you can be a lot more, in my mind, emotional, like the stuff that you're playing with rock, which I really appreciate.
I started out I had the itch to play it. Like I started out on guitar, and then I got a piano, and I got a drum kit when I was like 13 or something. And it just really started from there, and I just, learned music on my own, sitting at home looking at a computer, stuff like that, and I just started to connect with people that were also musicians, and I'd get together and jam with them.
I got involved with music initially through just playing with the school band, but also through my dad teaching me how to play guitar, and I played in my school's talent show in elementary school. And then Todd Flaro came and knocked on my door one night and asked me if I wanted to come out to this music thing he was starting, and I said sure, and my mom really encouraged me to go, so I went, and it was Alberni Teens Can Rock, and we practiced and put on a big show, and now it's where I am today.
People ask me, why did you start playing music? And this is what I tell them. When I was in grade 5, my parents showed me Wayne's World, and they said that I looked like Garth. So I started playing drums because I wanted to be like Garth Algar. And then after that, I started playing guitar and singing and doing more instruments and stuff because of Wayne's World mostly, which is really sad.
Well, after quitting piano lessons, after a few years, I started getting into rock bands after listening from my dad in the car. And when I was 8, my dad decided to buy a guitar for Christmas, just to see where I would go with it, see if I would like it. And so I just picked it up, and I just really liked it.
I asked for a guitar for my birthday because it looked pretty cool. I thought it looked cooler than playing the drums or the bass, and I didn't even really know what the bass was, and I didn't really pay attention to drums, but I kind of just always seen guitars laying around my house with my grandma playing, and my uncle as well.
This band has opened up a lot for me. It's led me to have new experiences. I've traveled. I've learned what it's like to record and play shows, and I made a lot of new friends, and it's been awesome.
Never really settle for less, and just kind of shoot for what you want.
I was just thinking to myself, like, other people, anybody can do this, but it's just the first step of actually putting yourself out there and actually going for it.
Up next, we have another local band who just debuted their own album as well, Sturdy Lemon.
1, 2, 3!
Story of Sturdy Lemon. So basically, ages and ages ago, me and Garen, who's now our piano player, decided we wanted to start a band together. And initially we were going to start this little kind of alternative electronic music duo called Luminescence. And soon after that we realized that it's really hard to make a band with no drums and 2 people who don't know how to play the guitar very well. So I kind of stepped up my game and practiced that thing a lot. And we called up our friend Liam, who plays the drums, and we were like, hey, you should come play drums for us, because we're starting a band. And he said, yes, but your name sucks, you should change it.
So Sturdy Lemon is what I came up with at 2 in the morning. I thought of this. And a couple days after thinking of the band name, we got a call from Ryan Bennett. And he's like, hey, our band just dropped that was coming to play with us at our show. Would you be willing to step in? And I said, oh my gosh, I don't know what to say. So I called up Justin, I called up Garen, I asked them, I was like, do you want to do this? We have a week to prep 5 songs. And they were like, screw it, let's just do it. So we practiced every single day after school. And March 10th was our first show. And we played a killer show. It was so fun.
At that show, Todd and Greg noticed us, and they basically said, hey, you know, we're looking to open up a new segment to our program, Alberni Teens Can Rock, and we're interested in you guys. And the rest is history.
We'd like to have a female singer. And first person that came to mind was Regan. So we called her up after practice, and she was totally in. She totally wanted to do it. So next week she was up here, just strumming away, just doing her thing.
Asked me to join, and I was like, yeah, of course. I hadn't played the guitar in a while, but I was really looking forward to it, and now it's just one of my favorite things to do, is play with these guys.
Justin and I, and Liam, we've all been friends for like 11 years now, and we've always enjoyed music, and we slowly were getting instruments, and we just had the idea, let's make music. We thought it'd be really fun, and it ended up being one of the biggest parts of our lives.
I feel like playing an instrument makes you a lot more humble. If you, that's just my feel. Like, to play an instrument, you're part of a group, and you're always striving for better things, and you'll always push yourself because everyone around you is getting better, and it's just happiness. Happiness is the way I'd describe it.
I realize how important my close friends are to me, because it's become such a family dynamic rather than it's become sort of a family dynamic rather than just a band, you know? Like, as much as we practice and practice and practice for recording, we also just kind of, we're just hanging out. Like, it's not like, sometimes it's super stressful, sometimes it's just a group of friends in the room, and they're band dads, Todd and Greg.
It's just a really fun thing to do with my friends. And making music with these guys has like made us all way closer, I feel like. Because it's not just notes, it's not just scales or whatever, it's actually making like this real visceral thing with your buddies. And when we like listen back on recordings, or we just hear ourselves and hear each other get better and grow, like, it's one of the coolest things you can do as a group.
Thanks for watching Young Alberni. If you know any talented youth that I should get a hold of me by my email. Until next time, I'm Kiara Collinge with Young Alberni.